Yeah. Okay, hello everyone. Hello, good evening. Can you hear me? Yes.
Hello, teacher.
Hi, teacher.
Good evening.
¿Cómo van? ¿Todo bien?
Todo bien, profe, ¿y usted?
Ay, súper bien, gracias a Dios. Con buena salud, eso es lo importante. Bueno, chicos, entonces vamos a empezar la lección. Ojalá hoy que es viernes bien participativos, con muchas ganas y espero que los climas por donde ustedes estén fresquitos, porque aquí en la abuela está súper calientísimo. ¿Listos? Sí, okay. Hello, okay. Good evening, everyone. So I'm very happy that you're here on Friday, okay? If you have any questions, let me know. Chicos, si tienen alguna duda específica, muy específica, que hayan repasado algún tema y que usted diga, profe, esto me está costando, esto es más específico, por favor, ponerlo en el chat. Entonces yo puedo focalizar mi tiempo más en esa sección, ¿verdad? Si ahora no tienen ninguna duda y vamos a vivir la clase normalmente, relajados, súper bien, bienvenidos, pero si tienen una duda específica y que ya dice usted, bueno, no es que ya lo revisé, ya vi el libro y quiero profundizar en este tema, me lo dejan saber en el chat, ¿ok? Cuando participamos, levantamos la mano, porfa, recuérdenlo. Y pues nada, bienvenidos a este viernes, ¿ok? Tutoring session 3. So the topics for today are Unit 5 and Unit 6. The Unit 5 is fears and phobias, and the Unit 6 is our adventures and simple past, okay? So can you see this picture? Yes? Yes?
Yes, teacher, I can see.
Yes, you can see this picture. Okay, well, can you describe this picture? Can you describe it?
Yes, teacher.
Sure, yes. Okay.
She's a child.
Okay, this is a girl. Maybe it's a girl or a kid. This is a kid, right? But what else? What do you think about the picture? Okay, what do you makes feel?
She's afraid because in the bed has a spider.
There is a spider, right? Yes, there is a spider for sure. And the kid looks like happy, sad, panic.
Teacher, she's
She's
panic. Teacher.
okay. Well, I think that she's afraid of the spiders, right? So let's go to the vocabulary here, right? Vocabulary about feelings. So this vocabulary is very important that you understand. So there is afraid of. That's mean feeling fear. And an example is she's afraid of the spiders. And then we have fear. That is a strong worry to be afraid. Her fear is very strong. Panic, sudden, intense fear. She panics when she sees a spider. Avoid, stay away from, like she avoids the attic. So guys, I'm gonna tell you when I was a kid, when I used to be afraid of spiders and earthquakes. I don't know that panic as a panic, right? The spiders, but for sure I have panic. I mean, I panic. I panic when there is a earthquake, honestly. Hopefully there's not gonna happen in this class, okay? So please God, but if there is an earthquake right now, for example, you're gonna see my face that it's gonna transform everything because I'll be in panic, okay? So please, everyone, right? Write in the chat, give me a sentence that using afraid of. Okay, you can write in a chat or you can participate, raise your hand, right? So Norma, tell me, give me a sentence with afraid of, okay? Norma?
Perdón, profe, es que vengo ingresando y estoy dejando todos los bolsos en la mesa, perdón.
Ah, okay, it's because your microphone is open, so I thought that you want to participate, sorry.
Sí, perdón, profe.
Don't worry, don't worry. Bueno, qué dicha que ya llegaste bien, ¿verdad? Eso es lo más importante. Ok, chicos y chicas, ¿quién me ayuda?
Gracias, profe.
Who's gonna help me? No, qué bueno que estás por acá. ¿Quién me ayuda a hacer una oración? Who's gonna help me to do a sentence, okay? With afraid of. Vamos a ver, aquí estoy esperando en el chat que participen. I feel, Eva, thank you. I feel afraid of spiders or a crowd of people. Yes. Well, in my case, I have the same, okay, the same feeling. I'm not feel comfortable with spiders, but maybe it's afraid of, I don't know, that is too much, so I can handle it. But yes, a crowd of people, a crowd of people, yes, I mean, it's not afraid, it's like I don't feel comfortable, right? I don't feel comfortable when there is a lot of people surround me, okay? So Valeria, she's afraid of the dark. Yes, there are many people that is afraid of the dark. Yes. Usually kids, right? Kids are afraid of the dark mostly of the time. Sophie, tell me.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I am afraid of needles.
Of needles. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, many people is afraid of needles, right? Um, I used to be afraid. I think that I still afraid of needles because when I go to take a blood test, I do in my face like, okay, you have to take the test blood, right? The blood test, but I gonna see it another side because it's not painful for me. It's just like I feel, yeah, I think he's afraid. Yeah, thank you, Sophie. I'm afraid of cockroaches, so I always check my room before going to bed. Yes, yeah, I understand perfectly. And they get into, I mean, everywhere, right? The cockroach, if you see a cockroach, for sure they're gonna be 100 of them. Okay, hiding. Yes. Okay, so very good. Somebody, okay, let's go to do a sentence with avoid. For example, I bring the sentence avoid, she avoids the attic. I'm afraid of the dark. Yeah, I'm afraid of the dark. Yeah, I used to when I was a kid. When I was a little kid, when I was like 4 years ago or 5. Yeah, I think every kid had that problem. So avoid. Tell me, avoid. Give me a sentence with avoid. A sentence with avoid. Yes? A sentence with avoid. A sentence with avoid. Avoid. Can you? Sophie, tell me.
I avoid going deep in the sea because I'm afraid of the animals, if some animal is there in the sea.
Okay. So well, in this case, I love to go deep on the sea. I have my PADI. PADI is a certification that you can dive under 20 meters. Okay. So I really like to do it. So at least I do it around like 4 times a year. Okay. At least. Okay. Or maybe once a month if I have the opportunity. So I love diving, but there are many people that is um, afraid of the sea too, right? So, Chris, I prefer to avoid dark places because I'm afraid of the dark. Yeah, Chris, perfect sentence. He avoids driving in a heavy. Yeah, Today, I don't know if there is only in Alajuela, but today was a traffic jam. So, I mean, normally it takes me around 20-40 minutes to arrive at home, but today it takes me like almost 2 hours to get at home. So I do this, I mean, I think the same, Valeria. I avoid to driving in a heavy traffic. Valeria, avoid places where there are many people together. Yes. Dejanira. I avoid walking through solid places. Solid. What do you want to say with solid?
Lugares sólidos. Teacher.
Sólidos.
Sólidos. Caminar por lugares sólidos.
Solo.
Ajá.
Okay. Got it. Yes. Yeah. So avoid walking through solitude places, okay, or alone places, or with nobody else, right? But solid is solid, okay, that is different, right? Okay, very good. So we have the types of phobia. Can you see this picture? Which phobia do you think does she have? What kind of phobia do you think that she have?
Xenophobia, oninophobia, acrophobia,
She has
trypanophobia.
all the phobias. This picture. Can you describe this picture? Yes. Yes. Can you describe this picture? She is afraid, or is she happy? Is she happy? No, I don't think so that she's happy, right? She is? Crystal, tell me.
Yes, teacher. She's afraid. I think that the reason is because she is on a high place, right?
Yeah, could be. In fact, as you can see here, thank you, Crystal. As you can see here, so the phobia, the meaning and example, right? So we have arachnophobia, that is the fear of spiders. Anne has arachnophobia. Ophidiophobia, that is the fear of snakes. Like Elisa avoids parks. And we have acrophobia, fear of high places that you already say. And Rosa panics on bridges. So as you can see, I think that she has acrophobia, right? So we have the trypanophobia, that fears of needles, as you said before. As me, I am like a Sam. Sam avoids doctors, so he rather not to go. And we have the glossophobia, that is the fear of public speaking. Like Ellie sweats when presenting. So time ago, I'm gonna tell you guys. I'm gonna tell you my secrets. This is about my phobias, right? So if you have any phobia, you have to tell me there, because I'm telling you my secrets. Time ago, I used to have phobia. I had glossophobia. I don't know that it was a phobia as in self, but when I was a kid, like 5 years ago, and I remember once that I was in the preschool, in the kindergarten, and I had to learn, remember, and tell to the public a piece of poetry, right? And I learned and I knew it, right? But when I was in front of the people, I don't know what's going on. I got freeze. I couldn't speak. And I remember that day, it was like 40 years ago, and I still remember that day that I couldn't speak it. I forgot everything, right? Everything. So, what about you guys? Do you have any kind of phobia? Yes or no? Somebody told me, I think it was Sophie, that told me that she has a phobia to needles, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, can you see? I remember. Yes. So that is well, that is a tryponophobia. Yes, and that is a phobia. Yes, I'm arachnophobia. Yes, I think I don't know, there is a cockroach phobia, but I also feel the same too, right? So I'm sorry, it's because I have something in the eye that is uncomfortable for me. Okay, so that's great. So now we have emotional states. Can you see? Oh, she looks so relaxed. Maybe where is she? I mean, where is she? How does she look like? Can you help me to describe this picture? Can you describe this picture?
She's relaxed.
She's relaxed. She looks like she's relaxed, right? She feels relaxed. And what else? Oh, she's like kind of feel, right? She's relaxing, taking the tan, feeling the sun in her skin. That the picture, I mean, just give me so I looks her as like oh, I can breathe, right? So it's very relaxing picture. What do you think? So we have the emotional states. There are some words that are important to know in order to do this test that is gonna be, I guess, the next week, yes? Embarrassed. That is uncomfortable, ashamed. Like she feels embarrassed about her fear. For me, it was very uncomfortable when I was in the high school to to go into my teachers and tell them that I was afraid to speak in public. Then, believe me or no, I'm a teacher, but that happens to me in the school and in the high school too. And then they teach me how to manage my fear to talk in front of the rest of the people. And well, nowadays I'm a teacher, so I'm able to. But if I am talking to my students, there is not a problem. The problem is when I have to speak in public, when I have to give a conference, and if you know him in person, you say, "Ah, the teacher is so confident." Yes, I am, but I'm afraid of to speak in public. So I try to use a pencil, right, or a pen like this, pencil or a pen where I can, send all my stress on an object, right? So I get used to have something in my hand when I'm gonna speak in front of a big public, right? In a crowded public. What do you think? Okay, you have to tell me something that could be embarrassed for you, okay? Like a secret. I already told you mine, right? So there is the chat. Just share your ideas, please. So relax. Well, she wants to feel relaxed again. So of course, it's coming weekend, right? So we're gonna thinking to relax, or at least try to be relaxed. And normal, usual expect, like it is normal to be afraid sometimes. And phobia, extreme fear, limiting life. She has a phobia of spiders, right? Yes. So do you have any questions about the vocabulary that we're gonna have to cover it in Unit 5? No, any questions? How do you feel? Okay, you manage this topic, you're able to do sentences. You feel normal? Okay. You're able to recognize them, Valeria? Did you say like this is a piece of cake. I can do it by myself. I understand everything. I can use it in a context. Yes? I really have a phobia with the spiders, Eva. Reading the book, I saw the spiders in the page 96. I feel so scared. Okay, Eva, I'm gonna tell you something. Today we're gonna do a Kahoot, but I don't remember, sorry, which Kahoot. I think is one of the last ones. I don't remember pretty well. There is a picture of a spider. So be ready, Eva. Okay, it's a spider. It's not so scary. So you're not gonna be scared. But Eva, be ready because there's gonna be a spider. So I'm apologize, right? Yes?
Okay. I so distracted when I saw the spider, and I feel like the pressure in my in my body go down.
Yeah, it was very detailed spider, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. So be ready because in one of the games that I bring today, that in Kahoot, there is one.
Okay.
Yeah, so be ready, right? So, okay, now I'm gonna stop to sharing and we're gonna move on to a Kahoot, right? Please, please, please. It takes me time to do it. So I would love it that you participate in this Kahoot because it's perfect in order that you review your vocabulary, right? So that's going to be awesome for you and you're going to do it, right? So don't worry about it. I understand if you're not able to, but try to participate. Okay, and that really works for you because it helps you to okay. Well, there is a pin, right? And I'm gonna expand it, and there is a go, right? Go ahead. Get into, right? Come on, let's go get into Kahoot. Can you see the Kahoot? Yes?
Yes, we
Yes.
can.
Okay, that's great. If you're not able to see it, I'm gonna copy the link and I will send it by the chat. Please, please, let's go to play. It's Friday. Let's go to relax a little bit, playing and learning at the same time. Guys, as a teacher, one of the best things that you can do for your kids or your students is to teach them with games, okay? It's a way to relax and also learning, right? And they can check or monitor themselves if they're understanding or not. Right, Eva, tell me.
Actually, this week I use Kahoot to teach the students, and they really love.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. Thank you very much. Okay. Yes, Kahoot is it's so fun for
Yeah.
them.
It is
Imagine.
funny. Yeah, and they love. And I use app, another app to learn almost per day, and
Yeah,
they not don't like it.
didn't
Only
like
Kahoot.
it. Okay, they rather Kahoot. Yes, there is another one that is very good one, and I think it's better than Kahoot. That is Quizlet. I think it's better in order to teach them, but I don't know why. I've tried with all the apps that there are for gamification, and they still love Kahoot. They is like we rather Kahoot. I don't know why. There is a
Yeah,
science in there.
yeah, they prefer Kahoot. Yeah.
Yes, they read it. They read them. Imagine, Eva, imagine my partners, because you're my partners. They're mis compañeros. You're my partners, right? So imagine if we like Kahoot, imagine in a kid's brain, blow their mind, right? So
Yes.
yes, because we love it. I mean, for me, I tell to my,
Eh,
yeah,
a kid is very competitive person, so they love a lot of. They try to be the number one.
can you see? Because there is a competition. It's like a yes, I'm gonna be the number one. Because that is there is a way that has we be created. I mean, this is the way that a human being thinks, right? People say like there no should be competition, but at least human beings like there we are competitive in a some way, right? So competition in a good way, if you're teaching competition in a good way, right? You can teach them how to lose to and how to win to and how to manage those emotions, right? Yeah, but okay. So we're gonna start right now, right?
Yes. So, obviously,
Yes.
but he tried to.
Okay. I couldn't hear you very well, but let's go to the start, right? So that is our time to practice Kahoot today because today is our Friday morning. No, it's Friday night, right? Friday night. Okay, so there is. How confident are you about phobias? First, check what you think about it. Do you know about this vocabulary? Can you describe phobias? Can you use the vocabulary properly? Just thinking that maybe you say, yes, I'm very confident about it. And Baby the Kahoot is gonna telling you, you have to, you have to, you have to review a little bit more this topic, right? So this is a very nice to check. Okay, many of them say a little, and other ones say very and quite. Well, it's time to practice now because there's gonna be a quiz for you, right? Meaning of afraid of. Meaning of afraid of. What do you think of it? Afraid of. Yes, there is a meaning of afraid of. Yes, scare off. For sure, that is scare off. Very good. So in the first position, we have a Chris. So if you're not able to participate in Kahoot because you have any problem, I mean, technology problems or issues, please participate in the chat. You can do it, right? Definition of a phobia. What is a phobia? What is a phobia? Yeah, an extreme fear. That is an extreme fear. Very good. That is an extreme fear for sure. Yes, and then we have a Valley getting to the group, right? Trypanophobia is fear of. I have that one. And also I remember that Sophie too. Yes, of needles. For sure, needles, right? For sure, needles. I don't like needles too. Neither do I. Okay. Oh, Sophie's in the first position. Yeah, of course. Sophie remembered that one, right? Sophie, it was like I already told you, teacher. Right, Sophie? Glossophobia means fear of. I told you a story about my glossophobia when I was a kid, right? Yes, public speaking for sure. Okay, so we have another one. Meaning of avoid. Avoid. Meaning of avoid. What does mean avoid for you? Yes, that is mean stay away from. I mean, you can say I stay away from problems, or you say, well, you know, I avoid problems, right? Rather to avoid them. Yes, that is much more advanced to say that one, right? So we have feeling when embarrassed. Today, I bring digital chocolates, sneakers. So I'll send to you. If you're the winner, I will send to you the sneakers. Ah, yes, Eva, if you bring candies to your kids when they're playing Kahoot, or if you bring tickets, stickers, or some presents for them, get wild. They get wild, right? Yes, a shame. Very good. So Kahoot is a very good app where you can, well, you can bring some presents for them. Okay. Chris, you're coming back. Ophidiophobia is fear of. Oh, the snake. Sorry if you're afraid of a snake. Sorry. And there is also a spider, but I don't remember in which Kahoot. So I'm apologize if you are afraid of insects or reptiles. Snakes. That is ophidiophobia, right? Okay, then we will move on to what is a panic attack? Oh, yeah, I mean, I don't know, but thanks God, I think they only has once a panic attack time ago. But nowadays it's so common because I mean that is so frequently that people say like I have a panic attack because we're very I mean we have a lot of stress. So we're living under pressure mostly of the time. Yes. Simhat, Simjat. That is a hard name for me. Simhat, Simjat. I don't remember how to pronounce it. Meaning of relaxed. Oh, look at the sea, the ocean. It's so relaxing, right? I would like to be there. I would like to be there. Okay, calm. Yes, calm. You feel calm, right? For sure. Well, yes, you know a lot of, I mean, you're using very well your vocabulary. Rojo, Sophie. Yes. Rojo, Sophie. Red, red. We have acrophobia is a fear of high places. I have a friend that she's afraid of high places. But she's really, I mean, afraid. She panics. Okay. This is simple past. Which sentence do you think that is a simple past? Which sentence do you think? Yes. Oh, okay. So this is a topic that we have to get deep because you were wrong. He flew alone. Okay, no, flying is a progressive sentence. He is flying means like is doing now this moment. In this moment, he is flying. The action is happening right now. Okay, he will fly alone. Not for sure. He flies alone, incorrect, because that is present simple, and that's mean that that is his routine. He flies alone. That it doesn't mean that is he doing now. That means like that is something that he does when he have to do that kind of is in that kind of scenarios, right? And he flew alone. Well, definitely is the correct one. Sophie, you have to write it. You have to write it in English. Red and blue. Okay, the correct negative for share radio in simple past, right? Yes, didn't have. Okay, didn't have. So she didn't have a radio. She didn't have a radio, right? She doesn't have, that is present. And now we are reviewing the simple past. So doesn't have is present. Be careful with that, right? Because it's in simple past that we are using it, right? Okay. So Eva, very good. Eva Ubita. I remember the first day that I saw your name, Ubita. That's good, was it? But Eva, do you live in Ubita? No, it's just because that is your nickname. Eva?
Is because when I was a child, a friend that can say Eva, so she say Uwa.
Okay. So Eva Ubita. Okay, the regular verb for that one is flew. Yes, flew. Yeah, because I thought at the beginning, I thought like you were like living in Ubita and say, oh, maybe it's because she's living there, right? Now I understand the context of the name.
Yes.
He 5 sandwiches. Oh, he taken, take, and or took. I don't know. Yes, so he took 5 sandwiches. He took. Very good, okay? Very, very good. Okay, Eva Huita is in the second position. Which questions is correct? Okay, there are some questions. Okay, there are some wrong, I mean, grammatically wrong, and they're correct. So go ahead, tell me, right? Tell me one, two, two. I will be bringing music the next time, right? especially on Fridays. So did he fly? Did he fly? Yes. Did he fly? Well, we don't know, right? Base verb of when. Which is the base verb of when? Which one? Okay, which one? Yes, go for sure. Go. Go, go, go. Okay, very good. And now we're very close to finish. Finish, right? Choose the correct negative sentences. Choose the correct negative sentence. Yes, they didn't go. They didn't go. They didn't go. Very good. They didn't go, right? They didn't go. Okay, the next one is a double score. This changed everything. She early. In past. Yes, in past. Yes, she early in affirmative. She, yes, she left early. Yeah, very good one. So yes, Sophie, you're doing good one. And dun, 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 if I'm not, yeah, this is the last one. There is a double score too again. Pass of a stop. You have to stop the ng. Yeah, that's awesome. Stopped. Yes, stopped. Stop the engine. Very, very good. Okay. You did awesome. Let's go to check the. Yes, so Wita, Sophie. And winner chicken dinner is Chris. And then in the fourth position, we have Sinjad and Valero. Very good job that you have done. Thank you. Thank you. You're participating. I love it when you do that, right? I love when you're participating because this is for you, people. This is for you. This is for you, right? So that's awesome. Okay, let's go to another topic. So, give me one moment. Still sounds. I have to turn off this. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So now we're gonna move on to this one. Yeah. And well, as you can see, you're very good now. I mean, you already check if you know or not the basic vocabulary for this unit, right? And we're gonna move on to cause and effect. We have because is a cause. Yes, teacher, because cause, okay, es una causa, right? Cause. She panics because she saw a spider. She didn't study. I'm going to give you the cause, the reason. I'm going to give you a reason. Oh, she didn't study because she was sick. She didn't get into the building because she's afraid of heights, right? And now we have another connector that is so. So is an effect, right? So she's afraid, so she avoids the attic. So this is the effect. So she's afraid, so, okay, we have an effect. She avoids the attics, right? And as a result, she avoids the attics. As a result, she feels alone. Normally, as a result, between two sentences, they're gonna be between commas, right? Yes. Any questions about this? So everyone, do a sentence related to this picture. Come on, help me with this picture using because, so, or as result. I already did 3 sentences. You have to give me one, okay? With because, with so, or as a result, okay? You can tell me, or also you can write it on the chat, okay? Give me a sentence. Please participate. Who wants to tell me? Are you thinking, right? Maybe you're thinking like, yes, I'm thinking, teacher, just give me 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute, please write one sentence in the chat. I want to know that you're there and you're listening to me and you're learning too. Yeah, look at this attic. It's like attic, right? Is this a spider? Looks like a spider. There are so many webs. Spider webs, yes, and there is oh, this Lily, right? Yes. So,
Can I participate?
yes, Sophie, go ahead, tell me.
It can be an example.
Yeah, using because, so, as a result.
Okay, I'm afraid of needles, so I don't like to go to the doctor.
Yes, perfect. There is the fact. So you are afraid of needles. So I avoid to go to the doctor. Awesome. Simjat said she's afraid because it's so dark. Yes, it rained all night. As a result, the streets were flooded. Yes, yes, that is true. Very good. Another ones. Go ahead. Somebody else? Somebody else. I'm here just for helping you. Just let me know, right? Okay. Somebody else? No? The girl opened the window because the attic was dark. Yes, the light came into the room so she could see the old boxes and the floor. The dust moved in the air. As a result, the attic looked mysterious. Oh, I love this one, Valeria. The last one. Very, very good, right? Yeah, it was very mysterious. Yes, that picture. The dust moved in the air. As a result, the attic looked mysterious. Perfect. Beautifully, okay? You're working beautifully as usual. Okay, let's go to a Kahoot, right? Yes, let's go to a Kahoot because we deserve. It's Friday, right? You say, teacher, it's because we're gonna check if you really understand because, so, and as a result, right? Yes? We're gonna check it if you really understand this, right? Because sometimes we feel, we think that we understand something, but at the end, that is not true. We're not understanding. So, okay. So there is it, right? There is it. So this is a classic. So there is it. There is the pin for the password for the game. And go ahead. There is, right? Let's go to participate. There are 20 people. Come on, you can do it. You're gonna check if you, this is a short one. We're gonna check if you really understand. So, because, and as a result. Yes. I love that you come to my class. Maybe you say, oh, I stay at home. I'm gonna take the class and I'm gonna relax with the teacher Maria because she brings Kahoots for us. Okay, we're 13. Come on. 2 more perhaps? No? Should I wait for anyone? Should I wait for anyone? No? No waiting? That's okay? 13? Okay, let's go, right? Do not, because time flies, and time is money. Okay, let's go. Connectors, cause effect, and phobias. Okay, so say very confident and a little, right? Very good. Very confident and a little. That's awesome, right? That's okay. We're gonna check if you're ready or not. And avoids the attic. She fears spiders. I don't know. I think that there is a place that we have a spider, but I don't remember. So be ready, Eva. Okay, because or cause. You can say also cause, or you can say because, right? So Anna avoids the attic because she fears the spider. So very good. Well, this is check correct, right? Now we have she cannot sleep. A spider may fall in her or into my hair too, right? Okay, so she can sleep. She cannot sleep because spiders may fall in her or in her hair. Oh, that's everything changing. Chris is with the snakes. She doesn't have any phobia to snakes, right? So she feels alone. Her family laughs. She feels alone. Her family laughs. That's great. As a result, so she feels alone. As a result, her family laughs. Yes, great. Okay, that's awesome. Very good. Valeria, you're in the top.
Teacher,
Yes.
I have a question, but I will ask it later, okay?
Yeah, later on. Yeah. You can do it in the chat too. People think the snakes look dirty. Because, right? People think snakes look dirty because of phobia. Okay. People with acrophobia panics on tall buildings. Yes, because. Because. Very good. Okay, because. Now move on. Okay, he avoids the doctor, trypanophobia. I will check that pronunciation. Okay, that's great. Chris is still there. True or false? Okay, was trypanophobia. Okay, that's three. Apologize. Glossophobia cause sweating when many people watch. Very good. And We have another one. There is a double score. Her heart beats fast. As a result, okay? Very good, okay? There's another double score. She reads about the spider Billy's afraid. Yes, she reads about spiders because be less afraid, right? We have the podium. We have ballet. That's awesome. Then we have Chris. And then we have Dejanira. Well, that's great. It's already changed everything. Then ballet and ballet. Well, we have many ballets here, right? So that's great. On the second one, why the answer can be... Okay, I'm going to answer you. Okay, I will check it and I will send to you by email the answer, right? But good question.
Thank you, teacher.
Yes, don't worry, okay? It's because I need to check. Wow, I can't. Just give me 1 second. Because so Cristel. That's great, there is it. And let me check. Okay, there is it. I will check if there is it. Number 2, I'm avoid semantic. No. So the number 2 was Anna voice the attic. Crystal, just refresh my mind.
Teacher, to be honest, I don't remember.
Okay, so I'm gonna check later on, right? Because Anna voice the attic, because that is the okay, because is the cause, okay? So that is the reason that is not so, because there is not a fact. There is the cause that the cheese, if you're asking me in the second one, I guess, because you already told me there, and avoids the attic because she fears spiders. So that is, okay, the cause. The reason that she's not going there is that one. It's like we have an example here. I'm gonna explain to you, right? I don't know if that is, if there is that one, right? So just give me 1 second. Yes, we have because in this case there is giving the cause, so it's telling you which is the reason, what she's not going to the attic, right? And we have the same almost here, like this one, she panics because she saw a spider, so she avoids going to the attic because, and she's giving the cause, the reason that why she's not going there, right? So that is the reason that we use in the second one, because you asked me for the second one, I guess. See, second one, you asked me second one, that is the reason, because there is giving the reason, the cause, right? That should be. Yes, Valeria, there are many Valerias, can you see? As you can see, we have like 4 Valerias, that's great. Valerias are famous in the world, right? So now we're gonna move on to the other ones. We have the modals, May, we have Mike, we have the modal can, and will and won't, right? So in this case, we have may. May is for permission and for possibilities. It's not the same to say a person, yeah, I may go. That's mean like there is a high possibility that I'm gonna go. And yeah, might go, right? It's like I'm not sure. Maybe I have a meeting and it depends if the meetings if the meeting ends early, so if it ends early, I would go there, right? So there is a situation or a scenario where I am not, I mean, that is depending off, right? So I'm not able to say 100% sure that I'm gonna go, right? So we have may and might. So there is a function, it's a possibility, right? And permissions in some cases and scenarios. But for you in this unit 5, you're gonna need it as a possibility. And we have a might that is a possibility for around the half and a half, right? 50%. And might the weaker possibility. An example, you may feel better, or you may not feel better. And there is like a higher possibility. And I don't know, maybe I know that the person is afraid of spiders, and he decides to go to the mountain, so suddenly I can say, well, he might panic because he's gonna find a lot of spiders. So that is a possibility, but is no higher than the may. Any questions about may and might? No? No? For sure? Okay. And the modal can is function is an ability and possibility. If you ask me which is more polite in order to ask permissions, for example, it's not the same. Can you repeat to may you repeat, or may I? Okay, can I come in? To say, may I come in? I will rather I highly recommend to use may, because may is much more, I mean, higher polite than to say can, right? So as a recommendation, use may when if you are gonna ask for permission. So may I speak? No, don't say can I speak. It's like because that sounds so rude. Same is, it's not rude, but it doesn't sound like I need to impose my idea. So if you say, may I say what I'm thinking? So it sounds like a slightly, softness, the idea, and also it's much more polite. And native speakers in the real life, they're trying to go around the bush. So they're not like a Latin American people that we say the things straight. They going around like if American or Canadian people say you like we'll see. It doesn't mean that they are not gonna see, but they're trying to be polite. They are gonna going around the bush, right? And avoid to say the things directly, as we say in Costa Rica or Latin America. It's totally different way communication, right? They are looking for to be kind and polite because that is okay. And if you're very direct, it looks like unpolite. So be ready. And if you are thinking to move on to those countries or work with them, be ready for these kind of scenarios and use the may as your best friend. Okay, the modals, right? We have the ability and possibility. And negative, like you can relax, we have the subject, the can, the modal, and we have the verb in a base form. And we have the negative, cannot, can't, plus the base. She can't sleep. And also we have functions, structure, for example, and will and won't. Well, in these scenarios, as I did is in the book, there are the scenario that because we have another kind of scenarios for the will, but in this case, we have the future predictions, that is will plus the base. For example, you will feel calmer. And for all the subjects or pronouns, we're going to use will and the base form of the verb. So there is not going to be any change, so you should be worried about it. So just say like, I will feel calmer, she will feel calmer, Yes, so they will feel calmer. So that's the same, right? And we have the negative that is won't, so she won't stop worrying. Any questions about this? No? I don't know, guys. You tell me that no, and you don't say nothing, but then in the Kahoot, you realize that you have some questions, right? So let's go to play a Kahoot related to may, my, can, and will one, right? Remember, you can practice this Kahoot at home if you want to. There is not any problem about it. And go ahead, please. Okay, go ahead. So you can do it. We have this one here. And here you are. Sophie, Pau, Chris. Okay, we're five. I'm sorry, I didn't scan the QR. I apologize. Okay, we're 10. Come on, we're 19, so at least 13, 14. Go ahead, you can do it. Ready? We're 11. Should I wait? Anyone else? ¿Alguien más queda que esperar? Someone else? No? Come on, guys. We started with 50, now then 13, and now 11. Come on, you can practice this, okay? So let's go because time is short. So we have here murales en inglés, habilidad, posibilidad, futuro. Okay, and there is. Okay, tell me, how confident are you with English modals? A lot, maybe, kind of. Yes, a little confident, very confident. Okay, let's go to check, right? So which model shows ability? Ability. Which one? Yes, can. Can shows abilities. Can is for ability. Yes? Mm-hmm. Which model shows future prediction? Yes, will for sure. Will. Yeah, Sophie, will. Yeah, that is easy. Easy peasy, right? And now we have which model means maybe. Maybe. May, right? Very good. May is a okay. Then we have which model shows weak possibility. Weak possibility. Yeah, might. Very good, might. Sophie, están todas ahí. She's answering in the chat too. Okay. So, and now we have, you feel better after reading, do you? Which is the correct answer over there. Yeah, you may feel better after reading. It doesn't, that there is no security, but it works. She relaxes if she practices breathing. Yes, might. She might relax if she practices breathing. Perfect. He have a phobia. He have a phobia. Yeah, he might have a phobia. That's great. And the other one is might. Yeah, you can get help from a doctor. Awesome. Fabi, you're getting into, right? That's great. She sleep tonight. She's afraid. She sleep tonight. She's afraid. Yes, she wanna sleep. Very good. She wanna sleep. You feel calmer tomorrow. Okay, very good. So you will feel calmer tomorrow. Very, very good. Okay. And the next one is, which is a negative future form? Which one? Wand, yes, wand. Very good. The next one is Sophia. Nice. And nice. You're in the second position and you don't pretending to move on, right? And we have she go to the attic. That picture looks so terrifying, right? Yeah, she go to the attic. She won. Go to the attic. And we move on the other one. You talk to your family. Yes, you can talk to your family for sure. Let's go to another one. He panicked when he sees spiders. Oh, that is Eva, sorry. There is. There is a spider. I'm apologize. Yeah, even for me, it's uncomfortable. I'm gonna delay that picture. Yes, he might panic when he sees a spider. Sorry, Eva. So 16, you feel better is possible. One, you may feel better is possible. Yeah, it's a possibility. He avoided doctor. He might avoid the doctor. He might avoid the doctor. Very, very good. Okay. So next one. She be embarrassed about her phobia. She may be embarrassed about her phobia. Yes, for sure, she may be. And the next one, double the score. They understand if you explain. They can understand if you explain. And, okay, Eva Wita is coming again. True or false on the last one, double the score. True or false, can shows ability? Yes or no? True or false? Hmm? Yes, it's true for sure. It's true for sure. And we have now the podium, right? Valeria, that's great. We have Anais in the second position. And now we have Sophie, that's awesome. And then we have Chris and Eva Ubita, okay? So you're doing good, right? So let's go to Shervin's. And well, you're doing great, right? Stay here. Just give me 1 second. I don't know why it's not letting me to paste it. Oh, I got 3 of it. Yes. Over there. There is it, right? And we're gonna move on to the another topic. Wow, time flies, right? Time flies, people. With you, time flies. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the another topic that is very easy for you because you're very smart people. So let's go to, there is it. Okay, there is. My internet is so slow today. In a lot of questions, I can't select any question. Oh, Eva, I'm apologize. But there is something positive about this, Eva. You are here. Yeah? Maybe your internet is not working so fast and maybe you're not winning the Kahoot game, but for sure, you're here and you're practicing. So that is something very positive, okay? Because it's Friday and you decide to be here learning, so there is a very good decision. A big hug, okay? Un gran abrazo. Don't worry about it, okay? So let's go move on to another one. We have adjective preposition. Okay, this is a review of something that we already have been learning right now. So afraid of, she's afraid of spiders, right? Scared of, so terrified of. He is scared of needles, embarrassed about. We already practiced this at the beginning, right? She's embarrassed about her phobia. Nervous about or anxious about that. He is nervous about speaking. Interested in. So he's curious about his interest in phobias. And relaxed about, well, is calm and regarding. So she's not relaxed now about spiders, but we can say she's relaxed about, right? That is correct too. This is a positive sentence that we can do. So any questions about this vocabulary? Do you have anyone? Any question that you said, you know, teacher, I'm still not understanding some questions, some words, sorry. So just let me know, right? So now we're gonna move on to unit 6, but we're gonna stop 5 minutes, okay, to go to the restroom or drink a glass of water, and then we came back, okay? So 5 minutes. So it's 7:48. So just coming back in 5 minutes, no, 3 minutes. Just give me 3 minutes to bring a glass of water, okay? Yes. So three minutes, and you bring your glass of water, right? And bring something to eat if you want to, okay? Okay, ready? There are 3 minutes, I guess. Yes, 3 minutes. So that was like a 5 minutes, right? Yeah, yeah, it was like 5 minutes, sorry. So, okay, let's go to start to the unit 6, okay? Adventure vocabulary and aviation actions. So we have some vocabulary here that is gonna help you. Sorry. So we have this one. Okay, yeah, yeah, it took me out of the, I'm sorry, Eva. So adventure, he flies was a big adventure. Pilot, Lindbergh was a pilot. Fly, an airplane trip, the flight was long. Hero, admire person. He become a hero, for example. Word like these have verb actions, aviation actions. Took off. That means left the ground. The plane took off at 7:52. Landed. Okay, landed. Arrived on the ground. He landed in Paris. Solo, alone. He flew solo, right? And set a record, first best achieved. So he set a record. That is a very easy vocabulary. You can review it in a Kahoot. We have here a Kahoot. When you check the material, you can play this Kahoot. Okay, this Kahoot is for you. There is, I did it, but you can use it as you need, right? You can use it for other students, or you can use for your own, right? So move on to the next topic. We are checking the verbs in past, okay? So for example, right? For example, we have the base form, the past, right? So we have the base, that is the present, and we have the past. So landed, so he landed safely, sorry. Started, the trip started early. Changed, his life changed forever. Traveled, he traveled far. So those ones are verbs that are regular. What does mean that? That is regular. Well, that is very easy. Regular verbs means like you have just to add, okay? You just have to add the ed sounds, right? Yes, that's mean regular. They just use ed. So like a landed. And remember, I mean, we are not in pronunciation class, but remember there have different kinds of pronunciation. We have 3 kinds of pronunciation for ed, right? And we have this one that is, we have those ones, okay, or these ones that there are irregular. That what does mean irregular? Well, you have to learn them. How you're able to learn and practicing. I think the practice is the best way to learn something, not just repeating. Okay, repeating is okay, but because the repetition is okay, it's necessary. Brains learn with repetitions, but a game is a way to repeat too. So try to learn a few verbs today, tomorrow another ones, and then repeat what you learned before, and that's going, right? So we have here like a fly. We say flew, so the verb change. Yeah, he flew across the ocean. Take, we say took. Yeah, took, so he took 5 sandwiches. Make, we have made, right? We have made. He made history. Go, we have went. And they went to the river to swim a little bit. And we have the negative. The negative is very easy. The subject and base. Okay, in this case, the subject, the verb is not going to change according the inflection of the subject. It's like you can say, he flew, she flew, they flew, we flew, right? There is not any problem to the concordance or the, yes, the connection between the verb and the agreement, between the subject and the verb. So there is not going to be any problem there. So that's it, right? So we have the negative, and didn't base. So for example, I didn't fly. You're not gonna say I didn't flew. That is incorrect, right? You say I didn't fly. I didn't take 5 sandwiches. I didn't make history. I didn't go to the river. So in this case, you have to use didn't with the base verb for as I is here, right? You have the base verb. Like example, he didn't have a radio. questions here? Any questions? No? Sure?
A question.
Who? Yeah, Sophie, go ahead, tell me.
I remember in one Kahoot, the option was she didn't have a radio, but there was an option that said she did not have a radio. So, and the correct was didn't. I don't know if you remember. That's what I can remember in the first Kahoot.
About, okay,
Maybe I should ask in that moment because
yes. It's like I'm trying to remember. Okay.
there was two options. She didn't have a radio and she did not have a radio. And the correct answer was she didn't have. But I wonder if she did not is correct also. She
She
did
did
not.
not, it's okay. She did not, okay. But I will check if there is not missing a word or maybe a wrong spelling. That maybe was that the reason, perhaps. Should I recheck, okay? Yeah, I will try, yes? And I will answer you, but yeah, you can use both. You can say she didn't have a radio or she did not have a radio, right? When you're speaking, as I told you a few sessions before, you're not get used to use the whole sentence like that. She did not. It's not
Yeah,
very common to hear that, right?
it is easier to say didn't.
Yeah, for sure it's easier. For sure. Yeah, for sure. And it's easy and helps a lot. Yeah, I mean, American language is a little bit lazy. They like make
Yeah.
the things easier and quicker and smaller than they are. So maybe that is the reason. For example, normally you say, "Oh, I want to a bottle of water," and they say a bottle of water. They when they're if you're listening to them, they're connecting the whole sound. So um, they're really working on it. I mean, teenagers especially, there is still a contraction, but they're making shorter the ideas and the sentences. So it's very interesting. But especially for teenagers, they are doing that kind of way, right? But British people, they have an American accent that when they say the bottle of water, that is hard to understand, even for Americans. Even for Americans, they already know, but there's like a what you already said, right? So that's it. Mhm.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Sophie. Okay, so, yes, there is it. So we have this one. We have, yeah. Oh, okay, we have the structure here. There is a form, a structure, and the example, right? So we have the affirmative, the subject, and past verb. For example, he flew across the ocean. We have the negative, that we have the subject, the didn't not or didn't, that plus the base form, like he didn't have a radio. The yes, no questions, like a did subject and base verb. Did he fly alone? And sure answers, yes, plus subject did, yes, he did. And then we have the negative way, and short answers, no, he didn't. So affirmativa, we have example, we have, in fact, we have two examples. She took the test yesterday. They landed in Paris at night. In the negative, we have she didn't take the bus. And then we have they didn't land on time. And that's a shame because if you have a flight connection, that is a nightmare. And did she take the test? And did they land safely? Okay, any questions about this? No, for sure. Sure? Okay, let's go. So we have there are some rules, okay, with the verbs. We have these ones that there is the rule, the concept, and the examples. We have el uso, we use it. Well, we use it for ideas that are have done in the past, that they're already, done. There is a specific period of time, and as example, people call limber the flying fool. And there are some rules to create the verbs, like basically mostly of them, mostly of them, 99%, you're gonna add the ed to the verb, like I told you before, landed. Or for example, if there is ends with e, you just add the d, sorry, you like a receive, you say received. And if there ends a consonant plus a y, you just change the y and you add the I and the ed, like a tried. And if there is a consonant, vowel, consonant, you double the consonant, the consonant, and you add ed, like stopped. Which is the reason? And what are those rules? Well, the reason is phonetics. This is the sound that you producing with your mouth. If you don't add this, like this I or this D or this, you double the consonant, you wouldn't say the word properly. So, which is the reason we have these rules? The reason is because we need them in order to pronounce them. So those rules are responding a phonetic sounds. You got it? Yes, they're not invented just because somebody say, oh, we're going to double the consonant. No, there is a reason. And the reason is because we have phonetic sounds that we need to, we should be able to produce them. So we have the verse irregulars. So you change completely the form, like they have a surgery, plastic surgery. So became, buy, bought, do, did, fly, flew, go, went, make, made, take, took, think, and thought. And the negative we have did not or didn't plus base form. Limber didn't have a radio with him. We have the W questions. Like when did Earhart disappear? And in this case, we don't have the subject, okay? We don't have the person who is doing the action because the who or the W questions is the subject. Like example key, like here, the W question is the subject, so we don't use the auxiliary. Why we're not using the auxiliary? Because the W questions is responding. I mean, their acting has a subject, so you don't need it. So for example, who kidnapped the baby? Yes? So who is the subject in this case, so you don't use did. Got it? Any questions? No, for sure? Oh.
No.
So clear. I'm happy that you're understanding. You're very smart. So the question shouldn't be, are you understanding? The question is, I'm understandable, right? Yes. Okay, and then we have the time orders words that we have here. First, that we're going to start the beginning of the sentence. First, the plane took off. Then, that is means next, the birds hits the hinges. And after that is sequences. After that, he decided to land. And finally, Ending, finally, everyone survived. This is very important. If someday you're gonna take English test like a TOEIC, Cambridge, or any one of them, you should um, be able to organize your ideas when you're speaking. So they're expecting that you use those kind of connectors. So like a first, then after that, finally as a conclusion. So, however, furthermore, so those ones are very important nonetheless. So that those ones are very important that you use them and learn them, because this is the last questions in those tests and speaking tests. For sure, there are um for sure they are related to the organization of all your ideas. Okay. Well, and that's it. I don't know if you have any question. And this is time for questions. Do you have any question? Yes, Crystal,
No,
go ahead.
teacher, I have questions about practice online for the unit number 8. So I was thinking if maybe it's possible to, if you agree, right, to share you the screen, maybe in some minutes, to check the answers together and verify if maybe are correct or no, because I was reviewing and I was thinking that the answers were correct, but the issue is that in the system, the answers are appearing with an X, right? So I want to verify with you if maybe the answers are correct or no.
Okay, just give me to take the time. Yeah, well, I wouldn't mind. Which topic it is?
Okay, give me a moment
Is
to
about this
verify
unit?
exactly. No, teacher, it's about unit number 8.
Number 8. So those ones are related to the tutorial number 4. So
Exactly.
yeah, so okay, to not confuse their partners, there is two scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
You send them me the picture to the chat, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I will send to you, or you keep in mind the ideas and just give me 1 second. If there is no any questions anymore about the topic of these units, we can
Mm-hmm.
jump into yours, right? Yes?
Got it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you,
But
teacher.
I promise you I will answer you.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the person? Okay, you're in my group for in in the platform, in Moodle, or do you have another tutor in charge? Who is me?
I was checking the information and I saw that it's Sandra.
Sandra. Okay, Sandra. Okay, 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 okay. Well, we're gonna check it together. So just gonna ask to the rest of the group. People,
Thank
do
you,
you
teacher.
yes, people, do you have any questions about the topics of today?
No, teacher, I am clear.
Yes? Somebody else? Eva, tell me. Eva? Yes, tell me. I can hear you. Yes? I'm here. Just Eva? No, I can hear you. Eva. Eva, Eva, I can hear you. Eva? Okay. Well, Eva, if you have any questions, write it on in the chat. Okay, and I will have okay, come back to Hasum and okay. Yes, got it. Yes. Okay, I will come back that one. Okay, just give me a moment, Eva. Okay, here we are. Okay, can you see Eva? Can you see everyone? Can you?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, for sure. You say about as a result, so and because, right? Yes? That is the topic, Eva. Okay. So, which is the difference? Well, first of all, is the way that we connect the idea, right? As a main idea, okay, both of them helps to connect two main ideas, right? But the main ideas or the way that they work are a little bit different. For example, and so you have an effect of it. So, in this case, es como, I will say like el efecto de algo, ¿sí? Y as a result, el resultado, ¿sí? Entonces, no es lo mismo algo que me dé efecto que el resultado de algo, ¿sí? Por ejemplo, a mí me puede dar algo, ¿verdad? Tengo ser afectada por algo, pero no estoy viendo cuál fue el resultado de ese efecto, ¿sí? Lo que pasa es que acá tenemos una inferencia un poquito gramatical y lo que queremos es, lo que se quiere acá es que ustedes infieran, ¿sí? Ok, listo, Eva. Es la inferencia que hay entre una y la otra, que es muy breve tal vez para nosotros, pero dentro de una lectura comprensiva, si tendríamos que ver una lectura comprensiva o decir un mensaje, no es lo mismo decir el efecto que el resultado de una acción. Entonces, por ejemplo, aunque se parecen ciertamente, ¿sí? Aunque tienen un cierto parecido, de hecho. El efecto, ¿verdad? Acá dice, she's afraid, so she avoids the attic. En este caso, ella tiene miedo, ¿ok? Sí, aquí dice ella tiene miedo. So, entonces, sí, el so es el entonces, ella evita el ático. ¿Por qué evita el ático? Porque ella tiene miedo. Entonces, yo podría darle acá, es el efecto literal o el efecto literario que yo quisiera darle a mi oración, porque yo podría también usar because, si quisiera dar el efecto de una causa, ¿sí? Pero en este caso, lo que pasa es que la idea, ¿verdad? She's afraid. En realidad ella, yo podría decir, she avoids the attic because she panics, ¿sí? Pero acá yo estoy diciendo que she's afraid, el efecto es que ella tiene miedo. O sea, lo primero que yo estoy diciendo es que el efecto que hay es que ella tiene miedo, ¿sí? ¿Ok? Y tenemos que descubrir por qué es que ella tiene miedo, ¿verdad? Entonces dice que ella avoids, ¿verdad? Evita el ático. Entonces, si ustedes me preguntan, ¿verdad? Aquí lo que quiero es un efecto literario. Sí, quiero que hay un efecto, un hecho, una sensación. A diferencia de because, que because sí me está dando la razón, o sea, es el por qué, ¿sí? Ella tiene pánico, ¿por qué? ¿Sí? Aquí hay directamente, explícitamente el por qué, ¿sí? Y cuando yo uso el so, es en este caso por el hecho de que yo estoy dando la figura literaria de decir cuál es el efecto, ¿verdad? De que ella suba al ático. ¿Cuál es el efecto que le da? O sea, no, ella no ha subido, pero es un efecto, es lo que ella siente en ese momento, ¿sí? Tal vez no ha pasado, no ha pasado, ¿ves? Por eso es que ella lo evita. ¿Por qué lo evita? Porque el efecto que tiene esto, Sí, por ejemplo, porque yo evito ir a donde los doctores porque el efecto que me da es un pánico terrible con las agujas, ¿sí? Entonces, ese es mi efecto, ¿sí? Pero en la causa, because la acción se está dando en ese momento, ¿sí? Ella tiene pánico, ¿por qué? O sea, ahí en ese momento, ¿verdad? Porque o está relacionada directamente, ¿ok? Igual que efecto. Pero aquí hay como más un efecto de inmediatez. Y has a result es evidentemente una acción que yo le estoy diciendo, yo no estudié, por lo tanto, o por resultado, salí mal en el examen. ¿Sí? ¿Vamos entendiendo esto? Nada más dígame en el chat. Yes, yes it is. Ok, ok. Nada más dígame, yo lo vuelvo a explicar las veces que necesiten, ¿sí? ¿Alguien más que tenga otra duda? Chicos, si no brinco con la compañera que tenía la duda de la semana, de la otra semana, pero no importa, se la adelantamos. ¿Mm? No, ¿seguras, chiquillos?
Todo claro.
Ok, todo claro. Muy bien. Bueno, entonces, vamos a ver. Vamos a ver quién era la que me había preguntado. ¿Quién me había preguntado? Ay, se me fue la chiquilla que me preguntó. Sí, se habrá ido Cris. Cris, él era, creo que sí.
Profe, aquí estoy.
Ah, ok. Ok, también algo importante, nada más para terminar con la compañera Eva. Eva, because también, como le explicaba antes, expresa la causa o razón, ¿verdad? Eso sí está claro. So también expresa ese resultado, ¿verdad? Este, es como esa causa o resultado, ¿verdad? Pero a diferencia de as a result, que también implica un resultado, es mucho más formal, ¿ok? Em, el because lo vamos a usar para esas causas y significa por qué. El so lo vamos a usar como así que o entonces, ¿verdad? Y de manera muy informal también funciona como resultado, pero de manera muy informal. En as a result, de manera formal, es este resultado, ¿ok? Entonces, en este caso, el because está dando una razón y so, as a result, también son consecuencias, ¿sí? ¿Ok? ¿Sí? Bueno, ahí se las dejo pensando. She's afraid, ok, ¿qué se me hizo? De parte todo quedó bien claro, súper, vale. She's afraid because she saw a mouse. Ajá. Sí, si usted usa el because es porque está dando la causa. Sí, ya se le dio miedo porque vio, exacto, Katy. I'm so sorry, my internet is too me out of meeting again. Ay, no, I will watch the recording later to listen to the explanation. Ay, Eva, bueno, está bien. No hay ningún problema, ¿ok? Qué lástima. Lo acabo de explicar. Bueno, vamos con Cristel. Entonces, Cristel, ¿me puedes mandar la imagen por el chat, porfis? El pantallazo, para ver qué será. Así de manera
Teacher,
rapidísima.
es que de hecho, bueno, es que eran dos, si no me equivoco, son dos pantallazos.
Ok.
Entonces, voy a ver, sería solo enviárselo a usted, ¿verdad?
Sí, si quieres. Ujú.
Ok, nada más deme un momentito.
No se preocupe, con todo gusto. Estoy para acá.
Muchísimas gracias.
Sí. Si me da tiempo de explicarlo, te lo explico. Si no, lo voy
Ujú,
a tener mega apuntado para las, ¿ok?
ujú. Vamos a ver, ¿por qué no me sale? Teacher, creo que no me sale, digamos, como dentro, que es que no estoy muy segura si es esta, porque es que es una captura de pantalla y tengo un montón, pero no sé si exista la posibilidad de compartírselo en la pantalla.
Sí, sí, vamos a ver. Déjame ver porque yo sé que tengo que
Ujú,
dar permiso.
ujú.
Ajá, dale, yo creo que ya.
Ok, vamos a ver. Sí, sí me deja. Es esta. Ujú. ¿La puede ver, teacher?
¿Esta es la práctica
Ujú.
o la práctica?
Es una captura de la práctica cuando la hice. Esta era la pregunta 2, digamos, en esta parte. em, la pregunta 4. Este, como tal, la pregunta se basaba en un texto. El texto estaba comparando lo que era como el entorno en una clase, comparándolo con lo que era como un vuelo en un avión, que el piloto sería el teacher y que los estudiantes eran como una especie de héroes al momento de trabajar en su propio conocimiento, ¿verdad?
Ajá.
Entonces, viendo las respuestas, digamos, están estas tres posibles. Yo puse la primera, digamos que the energy in the classroom is
Link,
link to a group flight, pero al momento de ponerlo, de hecho, vamos a ver,
group train journey.
me lo ponía mal, pero no sé si es que tal vez es alguna de las otras.
Ok, acá en esta pregunta específicamente tengo yo que leer el texto para darte la respuesta.
Sí, entiendo.
Sí, esa sí, sí sería buena que, pero mira, la
Ujú,
profe Sandra, ¿verdad? Me dijiste,
correcto.
cuando pasan esas cosas, digamos, si es gramática muy específica, yo claro, pero aquí sí me tengo que sentar a leerlo y este instrumento no lo hice yo, entonces sí me tengo que sentar a analizarlo,
Claro.
¿verdad? Pero
Ujú,
con mucho gusto, pero en el caso, como yo no soy la encargada del manejo de tu espacio, ¿verdad? Académico,
ujú,
entonces a la persona que tienes que mandarle esta captura y decirle, profe, en tal ejercicio, con tal lectura, en la
ujú.
pregunta 4 me gustaría que me expliques por qué no es esta y cuál sería la respuesta. Entonces, Sandra te va a
Ok.
contestar en a máximo 2, 3 días, ¿verdad? Pero en
Ujú.
este caso sí, sí me gustaría ayudarte, ¿verdad? Corazón. De hecho, voy a llegar a revisarla. Pero la que tiene conexión directa con vos en el
Ujú.
foro o en los chats es ella.
Ah,
Sí,
perfecto,
sí.
perfecto, muchísimas gracias, profe, porque sí,
Ajá,
de hecho, en ese caso también le voy a enviar el correo a ella,
ajá,
para revisarla. La otra duda que sí tenía, profe, es con esta, que sí es como de escribir oraciones según un texto. Y digamos, es como comparando, comparar quién es mayor que otra persona, quién es más
comparative.
inteligente.
Ajá.
Exacto. Y aquí hay dos, que son la 2 y la 3 que me la puso con X. Y es que, digamos, revisando la información, sí verifiqué que fuera correcto, digamos, que esta persona fuera más joven que esta y que
Ujú.
esta persona fuera más atlética que esta, pero no sé si es que mi manera de escribirlo, porque sí tenía que escribirlo directamente, tiene algún error.
¿Me puedes enseñar? Es que no la veo.
Ay, mira, vamos a ver, qué raro. Voy a dejar de compartir y comparto de
Sí,
nuevo.
sí.
Es esta. Acá está. No sé si ahora sí se puede ver, teacher.
Ok, Mr. Weaver is younger than Mr. Dan. Tendría que ver si Mr. Weaver tiene más edad, es más joven en edad que Mr. Dunn. Ese sería como el detalle, ¿verdad? Que tendría que ver.
Ujú,
Si yo tendría que ver arriba que sale,
ajá,
ese es de análisis también, porque digamos, si arriba sale un dato que dice que no, o tal vez si escribiste mal el apellido, o tal vez si no es Mrs., si no es Mister, ¿verdad?
ujú,
Sí, o sea, con una S ya todo cambia.
claro, claro. Es que de hecho, teacher, o sea, antes de enviarlo, porque lo hice dos veces pensando que tal
Ajá.
vez era que estaba cometiendo un error al escribir el apellido
Ujú.
y tal, Sí, o sea, revisé y estaba correcto. Digamos, en este caso, la persona mayor era Mr. Dunn, que tenía, si no me equivoco, 69 años. Después
Ujú.
le seguía Weber, que tenía como 30, y después seguía Miss Walsh, que tenía 29. Entonces, y bueno, la persona como más seria, menos atlética y mayor era Mr. Dunn. Entonces, digamos, revisé que todo estuviera bien escrito y me lo seguía poniendo malo. Entonces, mi pregunta era si tal vez, por ejemplo, aquí younger no estaba correcto o si tal vez decirlo como is more athletic estaba mal.
No, está bien. Digamos, la 2 está bien, pero tendría que ver con, o sea,
Ujú,
estoy
ujú.
cambiando el contexto, pero digamos, gramáticamente está correcto.
Ok.
Entonces, habría que ver tal vez si es que la práctica tiene una pulga. Entonces,
Ujú,
pulga cuando es que esto se diseña, es una programación, es básicamente es una programación de la práctica, ¿verdad?
ujú,
A veces, por ejemplo, si yo no le pongo al examen o al quiz o a la práctica que se acepta mayúscula y minúscula, ¿verdad? Si no le doy
ujú.
esa tabla de verdad, como decir, A y B son correctas y solo dejo A, la B, aunque esté correcta, me la va a dar mal, aunque usted diga, profe, pero yo puse, por ejemplo, yo le puse un punto al final y no estaba, y no era así, entonces ya eso se lo toman correcto. Entonces, digamos,
Ujú,
por ejemplo, para una respuesta a veces hay cinco, cuando usted ve la programación son cinco, tres cositas, tres que son iguales, pero unas son mayúsculas, otras no son mayúsculas. Por ejemplo, pasa mucho cuando, por eso no me gusta hacer tantos exámenes o prácticas que sean de rellenar, escribir, porque, por
ujú.
ejemplo, son fáciles de apelar en ese sentido, ¿verdad? Porque digitalmente, digamos, si usted puso don con D minúscula, pero estaba bien la estructura gramatical y no se estaba evaluando el capital letters, ya es un tema que hay que revisar a mano, ¿ves?
Correcto.
Ujú.
Claro,
Desde
teacher.
donde yo lo vea, está bien,
Perfecto.
está
En
perfecto.
este caso, disculpe.
Ujú.
En este caso, teacher, claro, lo que voy a hacer es también enviárselo a la profe Sandra para revisarlo bien. Y bueno, por esa parte estoy más tranquila porque es que pensé que lo estaba escribiendo mal, como
No,
conjugando mal la palabra o algo así.
no, está perfecto. Pues digamos,
Ok,
aquí yo lo veo bien, o sea, yo no le veo ningún error, pero mejor pregúntale a la profe, a la teacher Sandra y decirle, profe, ¿usted me puede explicar, orientarme qué es lo que puse mal, tal vez un punto? Sí, porque ya ella con el escenario completo te puede dar una mejor respuesta. Pero desde lo que yo veo acá, me parece que es un tema de,
del
¿verdad? Me
sistema.
parece que podría ser un error del sistema, ¿verdad?
Perfecto, teacher, muchísimas gracias. Voy a dejar de compartir por acá.
Ok, listo. Bueno, no,
Ujú.
justamente ya terminamos. Ok, sí, pero están bien, entonces no se preocupe. Chicos, fue un placer tenerlos conmigo acá. Muchas gracias. Yo me siento muy honrada que ustedes saquen el rato para estar conmigo. Espero que hayan aprendido mucho. Si quedan dudas, porfa, pregúntense a los profesores. Y igual, la otra semana, la siguiente tutoría, vamos a ver estos temas a profundidad. Entonces, traigan todas las dudas. También eso es mucho más fácil. Si usted hizo las prácticas y viene con las dudas, pues entramos directamente a ese punto, ¿verdad? ¿Sí? O me concentro en ese punto. No, Eva, gracias a ustedes. Eva, thank you very much. Gente, un gran abrazo. Hasta luego. Chao. Good night.
Chao.
Hasta
Thank
luego,
you,
teacher,
bye,
que esté muy
everyone.
bien.
Bye.
Gracias a todos por participar. Bye.
Gracias a usted por la ayuda.